3 years after Toronto voted to regulate ride-sharing companies, stakeholders are calling on the city to implement stricter regulations for Uber and Lyft in the name of safety. A report brought forward by staff offered some recommendations, but critics say the review leaves much to be desired.
When you have people in the back seat, doing whatever people do, strangers, it's a lot of pressure. These are hard jobs.
Cheryl Hawkes doesn't want anyone to experience the pain she's been through. It has to have been a difficult year for your family, though.
Hell.
Yeah.
Hell.
Yeah. Hawkes' son was killed in a crash last March while riding in an Uber. The driver had pulled over on the Gardiner Expressway after dropping his phone. It was struck from behind when he tried to re-enter a live lane.
So we really want defensive driving, like in class, in the car, to see if the driver can actually go around the pylons, make lane changes, act under pressure. It's quite possible that guy would not have made the cut to be a PTC driver in the first place.
It's one of the regulations that was left out of city bylaws for private transportation cars, or PTCs, in 2016. Taxi industry stakeholders have criticized the decision to remove driver training for all taxis and rideshare drivers, rather than requiring Uber and Lyft drivers to conduct 17-day training that was once mandatory for cabs.
I'm stunned. I'm stunned by this report, I have to admit. It's vague at best. Defensive driving has to be learned in a car. Safety and human rights related training has to be done in person.
In a report reviewing the 2016 bylaw, city staff recommended some safety training, but didn't offer specifics on what it should look like.
Who does the training? I mean, right now we do have Seneca College that does training for Beck. Well, okay, we could ask them to do it.
At a licensing committee meeting tonight, Vice Chair Jim Karajanis moved a motion to send the report back to staff to get more information before sending it to council.
When you hear, well, we don't have all the numbers, we don't have this, we don't have that. Well, if you don't have it, let's send it back in order for you to get those numbers.
Ultimately, the committee voted to send the recommendations to full council next month, but asked they include more information. One of the requests was for concrete numbers on exactly how many rideshare drivers are on Toronto roads, so they can decide whether caps should be implemented for Uber and Lyft.
This report I found to be very Uber-friendly. However, we got an opportunity to realign it and make sure changes that are happening